First tonight, there is no question that social media allows people with common interests to come together and sort of share their ideas and thoughts and enthusiasm about the things that they like.
Sometimes that's good, sometimes bad. In Brunswick, we found an example that definitely qualifies as good. Robin Robinson regularly spends about 8 hours a day at her computer going through photos of birds. Her interest began when she was about 7 years old, and her father would roust the family out of bed in the night to hear the Canada geese flying overhead.
I just loved it. It was the idea of an entirely different world up there above me in the sky.
She started taking photos of birds in the 1980s. Her pictures were pretty bad, until one day she opened a bank account and as a reward got a camera, a better camera than she'd ever had before.
And it was one of those things. The camera was about this big and it had like 0.5 megapixel of storage in it. And the first time I took a picture with that thing and saw exactly what it was that was going on in the moment that I took the photograph, it changed my entire world. And it changed my entire world of birding because I could study things.
This is a great twist, that the whole reason you got interested in birds and quality photography, and the reason we're here is because you got the free camera after opening the bank account.
That's exactly right. Somebody has cardinals here. We get lots and lots of pictures of cardinals.
It is no exaggeration to say that in the world of Maine birding, Robin Robinson is a hero. She founded and oversees a Facebook page with the straightforward name Maine Birds. She started it after she realized her postings of bird photos on her personal Facebook page were getting out of control.
And I got to the point where I realized I probably was very annoying to my actual friends and family.
Did they actually say to you, enough with the bird photos, Robin?
Chill with the bird photos. Don't you have pictures of your dog or something? How about a little diversity?
Robin says that when she gets interested in a particular subject, what happens next is entirely predictable. She wants to know everything about it. You're an enthusiast.
I am. I am what my friends call an info junkie.
When you're in, you're in.
I am totally in.
When she started the Maine Birds page in 2013, her ambitions were modest.
I remember talking with my husband David about this a lot, you know. Wow, if I got 200 people on here, I mean, it would be really cool. I mean, that would be great, you know.
That simple Facebook page where people could post photos of birds took flight. And after the number of followers exceeded her wildest expectations, Robinson thought the growth would level off.
Only it has not, and we are now over 20,000 people. And we continue to grow every single day.
It's a pretty simple idea. It's not anything complicated, and yet it works and it draws people. What do you think is the appeal?
Maine is a state that takes a great deal of pride and pays a lot of attention to our natural environment. And so we have a population of people who are a little more invested in that than people who live in concrete jungles might be.
People are drawn to Maine birds from around the world, India, Pakistan, Switzerland, all over, most of them attracted, of course, by the quality of the images. Truly talented photographers contribute, some of them professionals.
Interesting.
And it all happens because Robin Robinson put so much into it. How many hours a week do you spend on this project?
Way too many. Way too many. Fortunately, my husband vacuums. Otherwise, it would be a disaster.
Has it taken up so much of your time now that you don't get that much opportunity to get out and take photos of birds yourself?
I don't. I honestly do not get out birding very much anymore at all because I'm spending so much time behind the computer screen.
The photos are especially appreciated by people who don't have the money to go birding or who can't physically get out of the house. For them, this is a window on a world they otherwise would not see. And if there were ever any doubt, it's become evident to Robinson that her work is deeply appreciated. The Natural Resources Council of Maine is perhaps the leading environmental organization in Maine. It recently bestowed upon you its People's Choice Award for what you have done with Maine birds. How did that make you feel?
Oh my God, I had such a fat head I couldn't even get through the door for a couple of weeks.
Because Robinson works alone and doesn't have colleagues to give her a pat on the back, the recognition that came with the award was particularly gratifying.
It was thrilling. It made me feel like $1 million.
After getting the award, she went right back to work, presiding over the page that helps people around the world see the birds of Maine. A simple pleasure and a beautiful one. I kind of wish that story had gone on for about 5 more minutes, although I didn't have that much more to say, but just keep the pictures coming.
I was going to say, you get pulled into that story because the photos are just so beautiful. And there were a few times where photos would come up and I would say, wow.
Yeah. Now you'd think that Maine birds would be free of controversy, but there has been a bit lately. Robin Robinson now asks people who post not to give the specific location where a rare bird was photographed. She made that change to protect those rare species from hunters.
Wow.
So that's something interesting. All right, here's my question. What's the #1 bird posted? What's the most popular bird posted on the site, would you guess?
I don't know. We had our production person back here, Julie, got really excited when the bluebird showed up.
Yeah.
So let's go with that.
Good guess. Cardinals are #1.
Really?
Cardinals are #1. Bald eagles, #2.
Okay. Well, bald eagles make sense.
Yeah, but they both make sense.
Really cool story.